Hello and welcome to North TV's presentation of the high school basketball game of the week. We're inside the gym here at Tri-County as the Cougars take on the Bethany Academy Eagles. Starting five for Tri-County: Jordan Pina, Tyler Saunders, Logan Maynard, Tim Holden, Colby Blakely. Our starting five here in the booth: Jared Ware, Mike Kirby, Del Malloy bringing you the action. First game of the year for us here in the winter season. First game of the year for these two teams out on the basketball floor.
Yeah, exciting for both teams. They should be a little bit nervous. You've been waiting a long time for this day to come, and you have great hopes that your team will have a good season and you individually will have a good season.
These kids, they practice year-round. They're in summer leagues. They play together then. They play together in the fall. So this is, like you say, the Butterflies I'm sure are a little strong there right now, but they settle down once you start playing basketball.
So slow start to this one. The inbound from the far side. Colby Blakely bounces it into Pina. First possession of the season. Live action here for the Cougars as they move it around the perimeter. One of the captains in possession there, Tyler Saunders, along with Jordan Pina, the two captains for the Cougars, who are looking to improve on a 3-15 record from last year in the first shot of the game. Too strong from Saunders, and Bethany Christian comes the other way. Yep. Jump ball down on the deck there for Bethany Christian was Joao Faria. Ends up winning possession for the Eagles, coming from Mendon, Massachusetts. No seniors on their roster, though. They do carry a couple 8th graders as well as a handful of freshmen, and that's a good look inside. But traveling first was Nathan Nova, the sophomore center.
Yeah, that's a product of backyard basketball. The coach would never let that little step go, but when you practice a lot on your own, you tend to pick up habits like that.
Pino running the show for the Cougars, and that's going to be a trip there on Faria as he took down Saunders. First whistle of the game against either team. Faria picks up his first personal. And you'll get a good look at it right there. Just stuck that left knee out, went knee to knee with Saunders and put him on the deck.
Yeah, we were pretty impressed when we were watching the Eagles go through their warm-ups. Looked like a fairly athletic team. Should be a good test for the Cougars today.
Now it looks like the Cougars are more of a jump shooting team playing around the perimeter, though they do have some size off the bench. Nice up and under, and the first bucket of the game goes to Jordan Pina to open up the scoring.
Yeah, I like the defensive pressure Bethany Christian's putting on. They're very, very active, and if you don't know where they are, they're going to come in behind you and whack the ball away.
Sakara in possession, double team there at the elbow, hands it off to a teammate on the elbow extended. He gets it back. Nice look. Going to the rim is Aiden Bradley Main, and he draws the whistle underneath, and that looks like it'll be the first personal on Pina.
Interesting how Mike and Jared give and go. I mean, this early in the season, and
yeah,
they pull off a give and go. Tremendous.
So Main goes to the line. Connects on the first bucket of the game for the Eagles of Bethany Christian. Young man, just a sophomore, one of a handful of sophomores in this starting lineup. No good on the second. Offensive rebound, though, grabbed by Faria. Reaching in from behind, Maynard knocked it away from Bradley Main. Coming the other way is Saunders, going all the way to the tin. Hoop and the harm. His first bucket of the game, and Tri-County, they've got 4. And a chance to complete the three-point play is Tyler Saunders.
Nice play there by Saunders. She took the hit and still managed to score the basket. Not everybody can do that.
Nope.
He's not the biggest kid out there either.
Saunders connects from the free throw line, and early start for the Cougars. Out in front by 4, 5-1. This is a team that only averaged 42 points a game last season as Bradley Christian turns it over, looking to make a move before he had possession was Faria.
They're wide open. That's the thing. If they calm down a little bit, they're wide open.
Three-pointer launch from outside, a little short there from Tim Holden, the lefty. And another turnover for Bethany Christian, not valuing possession early on here in quarter number 1. Out of control there on the drive was Holden. He turns it over for the Cougars. Looking to lead the fast break is Bethany Christian, and it's a run-out layup for Joao Faria. See his athleticism as just a freshman.
Impressive fast break by Bethany, followed by a good drive another strong drive to the hoop.
How do you get a highlight clip for your a clip for your highlight film in the first period of the first game of the year?
Baseline drive going up with some contact there was Bradley May. No good offensive board, though, but for Nathan Nova. Going to give it another offensive rebound, and this time Nova converts from a few feet in front of the hoop. One of the leaders on this team, a junior, again surrounded by a couple sophomores and a freshman. Knotted up at 5. Saunders goes into the corner. Post move, little fadeaway J there from Colby Blakely comes up short. More fast break here for Bethany Christian. Skip pass, taking the jumper. Too strong there on the wing was Bradley Main. And both these teams look like they want to run and attack once they get it into the half court as well. Another drive.
Non-call.
Another drive there from Holden where he wasn't quite in control and ends up turning it over, but Bethany Christian returns the favor, overshot the pass.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Kirby, a former, actually a present-day official. I like the non-call because he was out of control.
He was out of control, and what's the point of calling something like that?
Yep.
He's surely not the defender's fault.
Big man comes in off the bench. They try to feed Derek Shaw inside. He was double teamed with the third defender there as well. All the way to the rack goes Nova. He draws the contact. And that's going to be a whistle against Colby Blakely, his first personal foul.
It's interesting. Bethany's playing the game way up in the air. So I think Tricauder's going to really concentrate on blocking them out.
Nova rattles in the first to give Bethany Christian their first lead of this first quarter. Second also finds the bottom of the twine. 7-5. Bethany Christian leading the home Cougars. Driving baseline and turning it over there was Saunders. The pass intercepted by Sakara. Again, this Bethany Christian team likes to run. Trying to get to the rim quickly was Nova. And battling for the rebound there was Shaw and Nova, and ends up being a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Cougars. Shaw inbound rolls it off to Pina. Again, one of the two captains on the team. Guard-heavy roster. They bring in the big. We'll see how that changes the way that they play in the half court. Trailing block there by Nova puts it out of play. We know the inbound underneath their own hoop for the Cougars. Colby Blakely will be the inbounder. Chris Ortega comes onto the floor. Joao Faria heads to the bench.
It seems like the Cougars are maybe a little too aggressive going to the basket right now.
Yeah.
A
bit out of control, don't you think?
Yeah, I think we've had a couple of already that were more than a bit out of control. It's good to be aggressive, but always in control.
Pull-up jumper, actually a little runner there from Saunders. Short offensive board for Shaw. He can't put it home. And coming the other way is Nova. We'll see what Bethany Christian runs in the half court. Baseline drive there from Ortega. The rainbowed effort, no good. Follow-up rebound, though, for Nova, and he's starting to dominate the game on the offensive glass.
You know, that was impressive. Not many players use the backboard from right in front, but that gives you a real easy shot if you can learn how to do it.
Quick outlet going the other way. The run-out layup, though, from Sakara, no good. And that's going to be a whistle 70 feet from his own basket there. That's going to be called on Sakara, so he misses the layup and commits the foul as well.
That doesn't get you points with the coach.
No.
My God.
Yeah, compounding errors there for Sakara. Just a freshman, though, so you expect him to make mistakes like that. Shaw tries to drive to the rim. Good defense there by Bethany Christian. Quick hands behind the play. Colby Blakely knocks it away from Bradley Main. And Sakara, after missing the layup and committing the foul, will head to the bench. Joao Faria comes back on after only taking about 30 seconds on the bench. Bradley Main looking to inbound, and the bounced feed intercepted by Maynard. Coming the other way is Saunders. And again, trying to get to the rack, and drawing the foul there is Tyler Saunders.
Yeah, you know what? Some coaches might pull you out this early to give you instruction. I don't think he was out for any reason other than that. And, got the word into him instead of yelling it out. It's a very quiet gym. You don't want to upset the serenity of the place.
It is a bit quiet, although this is an early start for the game, and certainly some moms and dads might not be around, and some students might be occupied with other extracurricular activities.
Jordan Pina heads back to the bench. Tim Holden comes on. Saunders rattles home both free throws. He's now up to 5 points. He scored 5 out of the 7 for the Cougars. Down to about 3 minutes and 15 seconds left here in quarter number 1. Faria in possession for the Eagles.
Oh.
His entry pass into the elbow, batted away by Shaw. He's got more than enough reach to get to that. And it's an interesting matchup there for Nova. Size advantage for Shaw. And the backdoor pass intercepted by Blakely and knocked into the arms of Maynard. Another turnover there for Tri-County. They could have set up the offense there. Again, moving a little too quickly on that end of the floor.
Yeah. Good adjustment by Bethany Christian on that inbound play, pass to the high post. You don't pass over the top when the defender's bigger than you. You have to go below, and on the second attempt, they figured that out.
Good motion in the half court here for Bethany Christian. Shot clock down to 15. Nova, right at the top of the key, hands it off to Ortega, who tries to get to the rim. No good, and good work there by Nova again on the offensive glass. He's up to 6 points and has a handful of offensive rebounds as well.
They're not getting a body on him. They're trying to out-jump him, and I don't think anyone on the Tri-County team can do that.
Yeah, I see a lot of teams in both the men's and the women's games struggling to box out, not being physical when those shots go up. Quick hand stolen away there by Faria. Run out situation here for Bethany Christian, and that's a layup for Danny Rosa. He's up to 4 points. And heading into the end of this first quarter, Bethany Christian has opened up their largest lead of the game up to 6.
So unselfish.
Tri-County in desperate need of a field goal. Holden hands it off to Blakely, going baseline. Moving the ball nicely, gets a good 3 there, rattled in and out there. Saunders' effort wouldn't go down, but much better ball rotation there in that possession for Tri-County.
They need to space the floor better.
Yeah.
And that will open up, and they'll be able to drive better. But you can't just drive to the hole every time.
No, Bethany Christian wants to run around. Let him do it.
And talk about making the extra pass there to get a man open. That was a good look for Saunders. Just wouldn't fall for him. He's the intended target on the inbound. Had to sky over Bradley Main to keep possession. Holden, runner from the free throw line there. Sweet touch there by the lefty guard, and much needed bucket there for Tri-County. Looking to respond on the offensive end there. That was a pull-up jumper by Ortega. And a chance here for Tri-County to cut into the lead late here into quarter number 1. Nice move from the free throw line. Strong finish there from Shaw. Back-to-back buckets for Tri-County. The lead's down to 4.
They need weak side help on that. Someone's got to just double so he is dissuaded from taking the drive.
Nova almost walked on the perimeter. Doesn't quite look comfortable when he gets the ball far away from the hoop. And this will be a run-out layup there for Saunders. He's up to 7 points. And a few minutes ago, it looked like Bethany Christian was going to take a large lead heading into the end of quarter number 1. Tri-County has battled back to tie the game up at 13.
Yeah. Just was 4 seconds on the clock, but hey.
Not to mention that the score is 15-7 on the clock there. Well, it's getting better.
There we go. It's their first game, too.
Yep.
Head coach Bill Cannon has to be happy with what he's seen over the last 45 seconds or so of game clock there as they moved the ball better. They created some opportunities in transitions. Shaw made a good move from the free throw line. Nice touch from Holden as well.
Yeah, it's interesting because they obviously haven't seen this team play. They're not in the same conference, so it's great for the coaches and players to have to adjust to what you see without a pregame scouting report. This is good stuff because if you go on into the playoffs, you're not going to get a good look at everyone you're going to play. You need to be able to make adjustments.
And if you go on to the playoffs, the chances are you certainly haven't played the team that you're So that's always a big adjustment.
Unless you're Mansfield and Franklin and you play in the state championship
Yeah.
Year after year.
Unbelievable.
or Braintree and Springfield Central on the girls' side. They've played each other the last 3 seasons. And this basketball season will conclude in March out in Springfield, either the Mass Mutual Center or Springfield College, the 2 sites of Championship Saturday here in Massachusetts. Long way to go, as a lot of teams just starting their regular season over the last couple of days, and obviously Tri-County getting their first action on the hard court. So a moment ago they were up 6. Now they're knotted up at 13.
Yep.
Sakara under pressure from Pina, who came back in during that timeout.
Ooh.
Much more patient in the half court. Good look there from Maine, and the jumper finds the bottom of the cylinder. He's got 3 points, and Bethany Christian is back up 2. Back in first quarter, under 10 seconds left here. Tri-County can hold for the last shot. The shot clock is off. They go into Shaw on the elbow. Holden looking for a 3 to end the corner, in and out, no good. Rebound for Shaw, but the whistle goes, and after the first 8, Bethany Christian had a 6-point lead. Tri-County battled back, and it's 15-13. Bethany Christian leading Tri-County here at the end of the first on North TV.
Nearly 150 years ago, William H. Riley and his son Elmer started providing coal, straw, and other heating supplies to the people of North Attleboro. W.H. Riley and Son is still owned by the same family, but now delivers oil and propane as well as services to your heating system and air conditioner. Today, like then, you can rely on W.H. Riley for all your heating and cooling needs.
Northeast Roofing and Siding Company is proud to support quality local programming on North TV. For 30 years, Northeast Roofing and Siding Company has been the ultimate solution for your roofing and siding needs. Owner Paul Beto is on every job assuring timely and quality work. Northeast Roofing and Siding Company's 30-year commitment is to deliver quality work at an affordable price.
The United States Air Force has a proud history of leading our nation in embracing diversity. We've been reaching new heights for years by understanding it's our individual experiences which make us strong. You can share in this success by seeking opportunities to learn and grow as a member of a diverse team. We are the world's
Quarter number 2 underway here. Bethany Christian in possession. They have the 2-point lead on the road against the Cougars of Tri-County. The corner 3 from Ortega in the air, too strong. And there's a rebound grab by Sean Cronin. His first minutes of the game come in the beginning of quarter number 2. Good drive there by Holden. Just short. Offensive board there from Shaw. Dangerously close to an over the back. Pina penetrates. Step back 3. No good. That was Connor Quinn. And that's going to be a whistle underneath there on Nathan Nova. Leading scorer on the floor, Tyler Saunders, has 7 for Tri-County. Nova has 6 for Bethany Christian. Fresh shot clock for the Cougars. And losing possession out of bounds there was Sean Cronin.
Yeah, Derek Shaw's making his presence felt, at least on that possession. Interesting, when Bethany Christian had the ball in the lane with no between them and the basket, they passed to the corner because it's a pattern. And what the guys have to learn is run the pattern until you're open and then take the shot.
Nova near side. Sakara turns it over into the arms of Holden. Sakara again working on the defensive end and eventually turns it over after getting the steal off of Holden. Stepping into the 3 was Pina, but took 1 step too many. And a traveling violation will turn the ball over back to Bethany Christian.
It'll be interesting to see if the Cougars can take advantage of Shaw, because he's the only one on the court with real length.
Yeah.
And he can move, and he's not, he's got some quickness to him, works hard on defense. So both ends of the court, he's to be accounted for.
Yep.
You would assume he's in the ballpark of 6'5", 6'6" from where we're sitting.
Yep.
Stepping into the 3 is Sakara, no good, and the rebound corralled by Connor Quinn. And using some of his bench players here in quarter number 2 is Coach Cannon. Stuck with the same 5 or 6 players through that first quarter. Holden into the lane, the runner too strong, and the rebound grabbed by Ortega. Ortega wants to run, and then his bounce feed was trying to pass it out wide to Sakara. Could have got to the rim.
Yeah, that was darn good defense by Sean Cronin getting back.
Still waiting for our first bucket of quarter number 2, and right on cue, Derek Shaw responds with his 4th point of the game. He's got 2 field goals, and we're knotted back up at 15.
I'm sure the Bethany Christian coaches noticed that he is athletic and he's willing to put the ball on the ground, so don't play the shooter, play the dribbler.
And the offense has dried up for Bethany Christian, especially when they're not able to get into transition. The half-court offense hasn't looked great for the Eagles. And those things take time. First game of the year. Lob entry to Shaw, knocked away underneath. Coming across there was Faria to knock it away.
Well, the big thing is Bethany Christian is not passing the ball, they're dribbling the ball. It's easy to knock it out of a dribbler's hand. But they got to start using the passing game a little bit more, and things might work better for them.
Oh, Maynard, it bounced off of his hands, turns it over to Ortega. Chance for Bethany Christian to run. Again, they want to slow it down into the half court. Looks like a 3-2 zone employed here. There's a shot from the corner. Bradley Main hits the 3. He's up to 6 points on the afternoon, and the lead goes back in favor of Bethany Christian. And actually, they ruled that at 2. I thought I saw the signal for 3, but he had a foot on the line. As that's a whistle against Tri-County. That's on Saunders. So you mentioned they like that far corner. They're leaving shooters down in there, and drivers are getting into the paint and kicking it out wide, and they've got an open 18-footer.
Yeah, what they're doing is sending a wing through or the passer through, but they're going down the lane and coming out the other side, and the zone doesn't pick that person up till the ball's passed.
Nice run-out layup there by Pina. Looking for the block there, showing some athleticism was Nova.
Excellent steal there by Pina. He worked it. Too often the defenders will commit a foul on a play like that, but he worked it really well, and there was no foul.
Jumper there from Nova, showing his range. He's up to 8 points. Meg Miller's going to kill me. They called that a 3 earlier. It's 20-17. So now we've got things straightened up. And that's off the fingertips of Shaw into the hands of Aiden Bradley Main. And another turnover in transition for Bethany Christian. And how many times have we seen in this game one team turn it over to only get it right back on the other end of the floor?
Well, the key to the nice shot.
There's Quinn knocking down the 3. Ties the game up at 20.
The key to the 2-on-1 is you don't pass it till they play you. That time the defender was in the middle, you got to keep taking it all the way to the hoop till he comes over on you.
Nova inside. First player into double digits is the sophomore Nathan Nova. He's got 10.
And great drop-down pass from the wing.
Yeah, good decision there. Thought against taking the 3 to Sakara in the corner. Maynard, spot up 3 from Shaw. Nothing but twine there for Tri-County, and they've got themselves their first lead of the game, 23-22.
And this will go a long way to helping them spread out that offense and just be able to create some lanes.
Nice ball movement there. Nova, another layup. And it counted and one. The whistle was actually pretty late. The ball was through the cylinder, and so a chance for the 3-point play is Nova, but nice pass down into the low block there for Nova to convert.
It was a foul though, because he saw him hit him in the chest. Clearly a foul. I think I'm pretty impressed with Nova down low. He has some moves and good footwork. Real nice.
Great spring as well. He gets into the
open sweat yet either.
No good from the free throw line. He's got 12 points. 50% of the offenses, that's going to be a carry on Saunders, was out of control coming down the court. Lost control of the dribble, and Coach Moraes calls the timeout for Bethany Christian with 3 minutes and 8 seconds left here in quarter number 2. This is a great chance to shout out our first half sponsor, W.H. Riley. As W.H. Riley, nearly 150 years ago, William H. Riley and his son Elmer started providing coal, straw, and other heating supplies to the people of North Attleboro. W.H. Riley and Son is still owned by the same family, but now delivers oil and propane and services your heating system and air conditioner. Today, like then, you can rely on W.H. Riley for all your heating and cooling needs.
Jared, you're reading that off the screen. What is that, a 1 font? I've never seen any printing so small, and you're reading it with no glasses.
Well, the great thing with an iPhone, you can put it right up to the edge of your nose. There's no there's no limitation of that. So 24-23, about to come out of the timeout here. 3:08 left in quarter number 2. Been a hotly contested game. Largest lead of the game was 6 for Bethany Christian. From that moment on, it's been a 1 or 2 point game either way. Shaw comes off the bench towards the end of quarter number 2. Don't think he's picked up any fouls either, so that's good to keep the big man out of foul trouble. They try to get it inside to Nova, and the pass read and intercepted by Pina.
Yeah.
Pina was looking for the bounce feed into Maynard. Too many bodies there in between him and the intended target. Ortega flying through the paint. Wild, though, on the layup, kept alive by Tri-County, and we're going to get a jump ball possession arrow in favor of the Cougars.
You can go 2 or 3 games without having a jump ball, and we've had 3 in the first half already. And the jump ball violation. I don't think I've ever
On the opening.
on the opening tap of the season.
Well, the officials are on the ball.
Tri-County looking to retake the lead with 2:25. Patient possession here in the half court. Shot clock down to 10. Looking for the give and go was Maynard. Saunders with a head fake. Passes down into the corner to Blakely. Blakely lowers his head and tries to drive through 2 defenders and turns it over to Bethany Christian. And the shot clock whistle goes off there and kind of slows Bethany Christian down. Yeah, it's going to be a walk inside there from Aiden Bradley. Made a nice move initially and then sort of panicked with what he wanted to do once he landed.
1, 2. Nothing happened.
Had laid down a bounce pass that you wouldn't have traveled, but when he brought it back up, he had to take the extra step.
Another turnover for the Cougars. Nova in the open court. Little floater. Good defense there, getting back by Blakely, making Nova's life difficult.
And what do we say, Mike? Take the hit. Don't try to be fancy and avoid it. Take the hit. You get 2, maybe 3, and someone gets a foul that might put him on the bench later.
So after a short breather, Derek Shaw comes back on for Tri-County. And he's pretty much been stationed on the free throw line, moving elbow to elbow, and that's going to be a whistle against Saunders. Cleared out Sakara as they both went up for this sky 50-50 ball there. And worse for wear is the freshman.
Those are the plays that are tough because you can't brace for the landing. You don't know what potty is going to hit for us.
Yeah. You see, Tyler Saunders was that's certainly not what he intended. He felt bad about it afterwards, having you talking to him.
Yeah.
Saunders is going to head to the bench. Tim Holden will come back on for the Cougars. And the refs just taking a little extra time before restarting the action there, making sure Sakara has got his wits about him. So under a minute and a half left in quarter number 2. 1 point lead for Bethany Christian. That's going to be a whistle off the ball on Nova.
Got to stay still.
Excellent call. Excellent call.
It really was. And he was looking for it because that was the action point. That was excellent.
The play was actually developing down towards the baseline official, the lead official. So that's what the trail official's job is at that point.
Maynard, as the clock ticks down close to 60 seconds, nearly turned over, and that's going to be a whistle against Rosa as he collided with Pina.
This is the most sportsmanlike game I've ever seen.
I've never seen anything like this.
Knocking each other down and then helping each other up. See?
Both teams' high priorities. Get that down sportsmanship award.
Hey, there's worse things, that's for sure.
That's makes the officials' job easy. These guys are really good to one another.
Generally, officials try to tell the opposing opponents not to touch each other or don't talk to each other. But in this case, I'd say, go ahead.
Yeah.
Pina no good on the front end of the 1-1. A lane violation, though. I believe that's on Rosa, who went a little early. Will give Pina another chance. And that foul away on that far side put Tri-County into the bonus. Pina second chance and converts. He's got 5 points, and we'll go back to the line for one more.
We got a pretty good game here.
Yeah.
24 all. Pina can give Tri-County the lead at the line. Too strong. Offensive board battled for underneath by Colby Blakely. And another jump ball possession will go to Bethany Christian.
Help him up.
Help him up.
Hand the ball to the official. Help the opponent up.
Well, nothing less than you'd expect from a Christian academy,
No.
right? There.
But Tri-County's doing it too. It's great.
Bethany Christian looking to retake the lead and trying to break down this Tri-County defense in the half court. And it's been a little bit of a struggle. They started the first quarter off being able to run and get up and down the floor. That's where they scored most of their points. Strong screen on this near side.
Yeah, the official missed that call.
Nova elbow jumper at the end of the shot clock. No good. Offensive board. Sakara, he goes up from the free throw line and draws the whistle on Shaw. 25 seconds left, and going to the line is Alex Sakara. And just followed through and hit the shooting arm there of Sakara. So the freshman will go to the stripe looking for his first points of the afternoon. Pure there on that first free throw.
See the spin on that, Mike? Nice spin on
Yeah.
Good rotation.
He looks like a freshman, though, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah.
You know the difference between next year? 1 inch and 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Short on the second, and we'll get another jump ball as Quinn and Nova got tangled up for the rebound. 23 seconds left, so Tri-County can hold for the last shot. Chance for them to head into the locker room ahead if they can convert. Again, they're in the bonus too, so they can be aggressive here in the half court. Holden moves it over to Pina on the elbow extended, skip pass to Maynard. Gets a screen up top from Holden. Pina, the jumper from outside, too strong, and that will end the first half. Bethany Christian started out quickly, but Tri-County battled back 25-24 after the first 16 minutes. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the second half action in just a few moments. You're watching North TV's presentation of high school sports.
Off the Ground Drone Services is proud to support quality local programming on North TV. Providing high-quality HD aerial photography and drone solutions in southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island, Off the Ground will give your next photography or videography project a unique perspective. Whether it's advertising and promotion, insurance assessments, commercial and residential real estate, or construction site inspections, Off the Ground Drone Services with high-quality HD aerial photography gives you the edge.
The United States Air Force has a proud history of leading our nation in embracing diversity. We've been reaching new heights for years by understanding it's our individual experiences which make us strong. You can share in this success by seeking opportunities to learn and grow as a member of a diverse team. We are the world's greatest Air Force, not because of what we do, but who we are. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Nearly 150 years ago, William H. Riley and his son Elmer started providing coal, straw, and other heating supplies to the people of North Attleboro. W.H. Riley and Son is still owned by the same family, but now delivers oil and propane as well as services to your heating system and air conditioner. Today, like then, you can rely on W.H. Riley for all your heating and cooling needs.
About to start the third quarter here from Tri-County High School. 25-24, Bethany Christian leading the Cougars in what's been a back-and-forth game over the first two quarters of this one. An important third quarter for both of the teams. First possession of this quarter is over with Bethany Christian. Their leading scorer, Nathan Nova, has 12, and the first bucket of the second half is converted by Chris Ortega. The lead up to 3.
Yeah, and there you saw it, what we talked about at halftime. They took the dribble out of their half-court offense, was all passes. They had the Tri-County defense looking fast, and they lost sight of a cutter on the baseline for an easy 2.
Ortega deflects the ball out of play. Will stay with the Cougars. Maynard thought about taking the 3 and actually drew the contact there from Ortega. Good work there from the guard.
Yeah. You have to focus on the belly button when you're playing defense. If it doesn't go someplace, the rest of the body doesn't either. They go for the up fake.
Quinn inbounds to Tyler Saunders, and it looks like there's a blow for Tri-County as their big man Derek Shaw has his shoe off of his left foot with an ice pack around his left ankle. Contributor inside. He had 4 points in the first half, but he just adds a big body for the defense to at least account for in the middle.
Yeah, talking to the trainer there, not a good look on his face either.
No, it's not how you want to spend your first varsity game of the year, but boy, he was impressive. There's not a lot of tall, coordinated high school players, and he certainly is one of them.
And Tri-County's going to have to go a lot smaller here in half number 2. A lot of guards, and here's one of them. Saunders coming away with the Euro step. Couldn't convert, and the rebound grabbed by Sakara. That's going to be a whistle against Pina. That's a nice move there by Saunders to get to the rim. The finger roll just wasn't there.
What's the double team? Well, they tend to use the arms to get out of it. You got to pivot out. You got to step away and then step through. Step away, get it to move a little bit, step through.
Good ball rotation there by Bethany Christian. The shot too strong from Ortega. Got a good open look there from the perimeter, though. Pina lowers his shoulder and gets to the rim and converts. He's got 7 points. He's now tied for the leading scorer for Tri-County along with Tyler Saunders. So the two captains getting it done on the offensive end of the floor.
And he is relentless when he gets the ball in his hand.
Yeah.
Showing that relentlessness on the defensive end as well. Forces the jump ball. Got tangled up there with Nova.
He's a real pest on defense, too.
Yeah. And you can see as soon as that ball dropped below shoulder height there for Nova, Pina was going in there looking to force the turnover. So Tri-County with a chance to take the lead here in quarter number 3. Blakely to the paint, and that's blocked. A clean block there by Nathan Nova.
Yep.
Ortega. Sakara tried to sidearm a pass inside, and that's going to be a whistle against Saunders. Picked up a couple cheap fouls in the first half, and very quickly here in the third has got another.
Yeah. I'd make him pocket and lock it. You don't want a fourth this early in the second half.
Quick 3 there from Bradley Main, no good. The perimeter shooting for both teams has been a little bit of a struggle. Maynard tries to go baseline again. Good help defense there from Bethany Christian. The runner there from Nova wasn't the prettiest looking shot. It almost went in, though. Oh, that's got to be offensive there. Full extension there from Joel Faria. That right arm is, you're going to get a good look at it on the replays. Yeah, there's the extension there pushing Pina away. And there's more good work on the defensive side of the ball there for Jordan Pina.
Well, if you ask him, he'll say, well, Pina was in my way.
It was such an obvious foul that both officials called it.
Yeah, we could see it from the other end of the floor, the extension on that right arm. You're going to get called for that every time. So Tri-County still looking to take the lead, 27-26. Bethany Christian with the lead, 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Holden, good little feint left, gets into the paint and gets the runner to go. He's got 4 points in the lead in favor of the Cougars.
That's his shot. Sorry, Jared, but he does take that runner.
Yeah, made a good little head fake to the left and went back into the middle of the paint.
And that's not an easy shot, because
no,
you got to be precise.
Pina, Holden, who's feeling it. Double team, kicks it back outside to Blakely. 15 on the shot clock for the Cougars to work with. Holden, long three, and he finds the bottom of the net with that one. All of a sudden, he's up to 7 points. 3 Cougars with 7 apiece, Pina, Saunders, and Holden, and it's the 4-point lead for Tri-County. Pina tried to knock that away, and sometimes you can be a little over-aggressive on defense. Luckily, Bethany Christian didn't take advantage of that.
Well, now the Bethany Christian attack is all dribbling, and Tri-County can stay with that because they're not dribbling fast.
Pina brings it up over half court. Holden, who scored the last 5 points for Tri-County. Behind the back pass to Holden, the lefty runner, too strong, tried to go off the backboard. Looking for the outlet pass. Look at the hustle there from Pina. Got there in front of Joao Faria.
You know, he didn't score a basket, but he saved one. You got to give him 2 on somewhere on that ledger.
It's just pure hustle too. There's no, he's quick, but more than anything else, he's just, like I said, relentless.
Yep. Wouldn't mind coaching a guy like that, would you?
No.
He'll make you look good every time.
Walk there on Holden as he tried to go baseline, and a timeout called by Bethany Christian Academy head coach Daniel Moraes, and a slow start to them on the offensive end in this second half.
Yeah, Jordan Pina too. I bet if Coach Cannon told him, "To see that wall, run through it for me," he would give it a shot.
Do it, yeah.
He'd give it a shot.
Yep. I noticed though in this second half and in the first half, Tri-Counties, they're more willing to take the ball to the hoop than pass the ball. There are a lot of one-on-one players out there. If they can continue to do that, but also incorporate the pass or the laydown, they could be quite effective as this year goes on.
Well, they've got a handful of guards on this team. They all look like pretty solid drivers. You mentioned getting into the paint kind of will be the strength of this team, and the quick scout on that is as the year goes on, when teams sag off of them and force them to shoot, are they going to be able to make enough jump shots to make teams respect them?
The one burst they had there at the end of the first half, though, was thanks to they hit a couple of threes.
Yeah.
So if they can play that inside-out game, they could be successful this year.
And we mentioned it a few times. You're looking at a very young Bethany Christian Academy team with a lot of athleticism already.
Oh.
It's a team you might want to keep an eye out over the next couple of seasons.
No seniors, 2 juniors. That's a young team.
Talent rich. A lot of raw play out there right now for Bethany Christian as that jumper goes down for Aiden Bradley Main.
That's how you close the gap in a hurry.
Yeah.
Coach Moraes is able to kind of refine some of this athleticism and raw talent he has. They're going to be a dangerous squad. The 3-point connected there for Bradley Main, cuts the lead to 1. Maynard pickpocketed there by Sakara. Looking to lead the charge the other way. Sakara, look at that finish.
Oh, watch this. You got to see this on replay.
Hanging in midair, and the English there with the right-hand finish. Long 3 from Quinn, and he responds with his second 3-pointer of the game, and it's a 2-point lead now for Tri-County in the third quarter, starting to heat up.
And he's about the only Tri-County player with a little bit of size to him, too.
Yeah.
Well, looks like a travel inside there by Faria as he tried to pass that across the paint, ends up turning the ball over either way.
He didn't have a plan. He went in and, I'll figure out what I'm doing while I'm going in. But you have to have an idea before you go.
Blakely guarded very tightly there by Rosa. Fadeaway in the corner goes down for Colby Blakely. That was a tough finish. Shot that from almost behind the backboard.
Especially for a right-hander in that situation.
He goes down the other end and forces the turnover there, picks up a steal. 4-point lead for Tri-County. Quinn looking for his third 3 of the game. That one no good. Long rebound corral there by Faria. Bounce feed inside. They're trying to feed Nova, who is yet to score here in half number 2. Bradley Main, another 3-pointer for him, cuts the lead down to 1, 36-35.
Yeah.
And the sophomore starting to find his range beyond the arc.
What's good is he's square. They're giving him a nice pass so he can catch it square. It becomes a much easier shot.
Pina hop step into the paint off the square, and that goes down. He's having a great third quarter on both sides of the ball, 38-35.
I figured out why Mike Kirby likes him.
Why is that?
I bet that's how Mike played when he was younger.
Not a whole lot of talent, but I did play hard.
Holden hands it off to Blakely, who's able to step into a three. Quinn, offensive board, the putback no good. And Nova grabs a rebound. And Nova will be rewarded on the other end, his 14th point of the game. Good feed there from post to post there. Faria went across the block.
Slow start to the quarter, but they've heated up.
Oh, boy, they sure have.
Under
End-to-end action.
the runner from Maynard off the square, in and out. 35 seconds left in the third quarter. Nice bounce pass feed inside. Another bucket there for Joao Faria. And we're going to get a timeout called by Coach Cannon. 39-38. Bethany Christian jumps back out in front. And what's been a highlight-filled third quarter. And you guys mentioned a slow start to this first 8 minutes, but now it's pretty much buckets galore.
Yeah, the offense has certainly dominated in this quarter. See if they can keep up the pace.
What a bounce pass there from the freshman Sakara.
Probably got Tri-County got away with a foul there too.
Yeah.
That was a dangerous pass in between a couple outreached arms of the Cougars, and able to find his teammate there down on the block, Joao Faria. So 14 points for Nathan Nova leading the way. 9 points for Pina, the leading scorer for Tri-County. Also 7 from Saunders, 7 from Tim Holden, and 6 from Connor Quinn. So pretty balanced scoring for Tri-County as we're very late into this third quarter.
Coach Malloy probably knows how calm Coach Cannon is at this point, though. I always think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, when the kids tend to get excited, oh, we got to get back into this. If the coach just says, hey, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm the leader. As the coach, I'm the leader. And if I can't be reasonable and sane, how can I expect you to be?
I find that's Brad Stevens' most redeeming quality. When everybody else is gone so excited at the end of a game, he just says, okay, here's what we're going to do.
But I bet you if we took his blood pressure right now, it'd be elevated.
Using every second of that timeout there was Coach Cannon to get his message across here.
Yeah.
His team trailing by 1 will inbound on the far end of the floor, Perrin Abe. Holden, who has 7 for Tri-County. Saunders back on the bench. He is in foul trouble, so keep an eye on that as we continue here late in the third into the fourth. He goes baseline. Good feed out wide. The shot goes up from Cronin, no good, and Nova grabs another board. Three comes up short. Offensive board grabbed by Faria, and that will be the end of the third quarter. 8 more minutes to go here from Tri-County, and we've got a good one. 39-38, Bethany Christian Academy leading Tri-County. Don't go anywhere. We've got the fourth quarter in just a moment here on North TV.
Haitian's Garage, 321 North Washington Street, is proud to support quality local programming on North TV. Since 1919, Haitian's trained technicians have been servicing cars, vans, light trucks, and 4x4s. Haitian's is an enhanced emission safety inspection station for cars and motorcycles, and their fleet of tow trucks is ready to assist you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
If you keep tanning, indoors or out, the effects of harmful rays will show up on your skin. Wrinkles, age spots, and an increased risk of melanoma, the second most common cancer in women 15 to 29. Stop tanning. Time may not be on your side. Learn how to protect your skin at spotskincancer.org. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Final 8 minutes here from the gym on the campus of Tri-County Regional. 39-38, Bethany Christian Academy with the slight edge over the Cougars. It's a third quarter that started slowly and bursted into action over the last 3 or 4 minutes. We'll see how this fourth quarter plays out, as again, this is the first game of the season for both of these two teams.
You couldn't ask for anything better. The game's up for grabs. Who's going to come out 1-0?
Ball pressure from Tri-County. They forced the turnover. Holden, outlet pass to Saunders, just too far in front of the Tri-County guard.
Yeah, it might be the team that has the basketball last that wins the game.
Could very well be.
You
Yep.
know?
Faria kicks it to the corner. Ortega able to step into the three, and he knocks that down. He's got 5 points on the night, and it's a 4-point lead. Saunders going baseline, and he draws the whistle on Ortega on the other end of the floor.
He's not going to shoot that as a rule. He's going to fake you and take it. You got to be ready. You got to play the dribble at all times with him.
Chris Ortega, just a sophomore, so
Wow.
and I'm sure his first varsity game. We certainly suspect it would be his first varsity game. So maybe the end of the season he doesn't do that.
Yep.
Holden's got a good look from three. That one too strong. Bradley Main, good rebound there, but too quick on the outlet. Turns it over. Saunders with the ball fake. Doesn't convert, but he'll go to the line for two.
Nice fake in the air. They didn't know if he was going to shoot it. Look at that. There you go.
Yeah, he got Main off of his feet and forced him to commit the foul on the way by.
Good hit in his main.
So Saunders at the stripe with 7:06. His team down by 4. Rattles home the first. 2 substitutes coming on for Tri-County. Make that 3 as Blakely, Pina, and Quinn come back on for the Cougars. Another one good there from Saunders. He's up to 9 points. Hasn't played much in the second half due to his foul situation. The lead, though, down to 2. Nova in front. Another bucket for him. He's got 16. The sophomore leading the way for the Eagles. Quinn inside, and he gets tangled up with a couple different Eagles there, reaching in Sakara as well as Nova, and that's going to be another jump ball. Yeah, you can see Sakara from behind. Nova was there. Blakely. Coach Cannon tried to call a timeout very late there. They didn't honor it. And was almost turned over by the Cougars. Luckily bounced into the path there of Saunders. And that's going to be a walk on Tri-County. And possessions are going to start to come at a premium here with 6.5 minutes left as Holden there went with the pirouette. You got to put the ball on the floor there.
Yeah, that's pretty much a travel every time, and so is that one.
See, I think it favors Bethany Christian right now because the Cougars are using almost a one-on-one attack.
Right.
Bethany's playing as a team. They rely on one another. When you're out there and you think you're going to make this move, it's added pressure.
So the freshman Sakara turns it over. Saunders and the rest of Tri-County looking to cut into this 4-point lead. Holden for 3. Comes up empty there, and there's a board for Nova. Blakely wanted a foul there. Didn't see what he was looking for. Ortega 3 on the other end, no good.
I think he was hoping for a jump ball.
Sakara feeds it inside, and the post move for Faria goes down, and the lead is up to 6, one of the largest leads of the night for either team.
Yeah, I think that is the largest lead. And the other one was early in the game, too.
Yeah,
so
13-7.
Correct.
Back in quarter number 1, and that was a 6-point lead for Bethany Christian. So the Cougars can certainly mount the comeback. They did it earlier in the game. Disjointed set here in the half court, 10 seconds on the shot clock, and they're going to be bailed out by a foul on Bethany Christian.
It's so good to see this. Somebody goes down, they put their hand up to a player for the other team. They know they're going to help him up.
Yeah.
You don't normally see this.
No.
It's a whistle on Danny Rosa. So fresh shot clock for Tri-County to work with. They're down 6, and that's going to be dribbled off the foot of Saunders and out of play. And another cheap turnover for Tri-County, and Coach Cannon's going to hop off the bench to call the timeout as his team is struggling on the offensive side of the ball all of a sudden after almost being red hot in the third quarter.
And I think it's mostly just because they're getting a little too excited.
Yep.
They want to catch up and trying to do too much right now.
Yep.
That was an unforced error just simply because he was just simply too aggressive going to the basket.
And you're so right, Mike. But they're doing too much individually. They're not. Games like this where you haven't developed that cohesiveness as a team, you do it individually, and that almost never works.
Yeah, the best time that they had out here was towards the end of the first half when they were spacing the floor. They were getting outside shots, making outside shots, and that just opens up the lanes for them to drive. Not doing that now, just simply depending on the drive to the hole.
What do you think of the officiating, Mike?
Oh, it's good. I think it's a good pair.
I think it's been a non-issue.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I can't say that they've gotten every call. They've made every call, but sometimes you let a call go by.
Yeah, and if this is his first game and it's only going to get better, wow.
Yeah.
So 5:31 out of the timeout, 6-point lead for Bethany Christian. Leading scorer is Nathan Nova for the Eagles. He has 16, 9 points apiece for both Pina and Saunders.
And we're seeing the first press here of the game.
Looking to make Bethany Christian work, and you talk about a team laden with underclassmen as well. How do they handle the pressure, especially with the lead? Like the decision there from Coach Cannon.
Well, they got to do something. The press generally speeds up play, although it shouldn't. If it's a zone press, it's going to go in a predictable place, so you just throw it over there and let it go, and bang.
Nova draws the attention of the defense, kicks it out to Aiden Bradley Main, who's got another three-pointer added on to his stat sheet. 9-point lead now for Bethany Christian, and they're taking over this fourth and final quarter. Long three there from Quinn, no good, and Blakely draws the whistle. He had his hands on the offensive board and was bumped by Aiden Bradley Main. As you'll get a look here, you can see Blakely's got possession in there. A little too much contact there from the sophomore.
But that was too quick a three-point shot there.
Yeah.
You know, they, again, just panicking a little bit.
Yeah, like the "oh boy, I'm open" syndrome.
Yeah. Oh boy, we're down 9 points. And I got to make up that deficit right away. I got time, 5 minutes, plenty of time.
Blakely no good on the front end of the 1-on-1. Offensive board though for Saunders keeps the possession alive. Blakely with a shot as he drove across the free throw line, no good, and that's going to be a reach in on Saunders, and I believe that's going to be foul number 4 there on the guard.
And a completely unnecessary foul.
Yeah.
It's not even at half court.
That's 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I missed one in there. So Saunders will go to the bench, and one of the better guards for Tri-County won't be able to play the final 4 minutes and 55 seconds of this contest. That's going to be a turnover there on Bethany Christian. 16 points for Nova, 15 for Aiden Bradley Main. So 31 points combined from the two sophomores. Maynard bounces it to Quinn. Nova put on skates there on defense. And Blakely walks there. There was some contact. Wasn't able to get the dribble down there as he tried to drive into the paint.
Good contact on the ball. It looked like, again, it's one-on-one right now.
Full head of steam here for Sakara. Reaching in at the last moment was Pina. Again, last-ditch defending there by the guard.
Yeah, I think there's a lot on Pina's plate right now.
Orion Nank comes on for Colby Blakely.
Good strong play. Brings a lot of energy to the game, but you know, down 9, you're sometimes trying to do too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't make a 9-point shot if you're Tri-County,
No.
so there's no need to continually come down and try to pull up from 24, 25 feet, try and get to the rim and score in bunches. There's a good drive and a left-handed finish there from Joel Faria.
Yeah.
11-point lead now for Bethany Christian.
Joao Faria, just a freshman.
Talk about the young core for Bethany Christian. Two leading scorers are sophomores, 16 and 15 apiece. Faria, he's got 8. And next year, you're talking about 2 juniors and a couple sophomores that will soon to be as we get a timeout from Coach Cannon. This team trails by 11, and right now it's going to be the key is going to be trying to figure out a way to get the ball into the basket right now, which Tri-County has had some major struggles here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, and it's been tough for them. We made note of the fact that, number 22, Derek Shaw's been out injured. What a factor he was in the first half, and to lose that post presence put added pressure on the team that's pretty much God-dominated.
Yeah, losing his presence on the glass as well to try and slow down Nova as well in his interior defense. It takes away a huge part of Tri-County's roster. Also, you have Saunders out for most of this quarter as well in foul trouble and eventually fouling out as well. So you're not playing with some of your aces there if you're Coach Cannon.
Yep. He's not a player that Bethany can match.
Yep.
They have nobody like him.
And he's going to be a tough guard for any team. Size and length like that.
See him on the side there now. He's working with the trainer.
So now a question of youth for Bethany Christian is how do they close out this 11-point lead? You want to start using the shot clock. If you're them, use 25 seconds per possession. Limit the amount of times that Tri-County will touch the ball down the stretch. And there's a walk inside on Faria as he tried to back down into his defender, Quinn.
And I'm going to go the opposite way. And I'm going against the book, but it's the first game. I've got to help. They got to get that rhythm going. I don't want to play around with the rhythm this early. But you're 99% of the time I'd agree with you. But first game, let them play.
Pina, long three-pointer for the lefty, too strong. Good hustle there, but throwing it back into Tri-County, and Nank's right foot was on the line. It was Sakara there who kept it in play. He threw it to Nank, and you'll see that Nank's right foot is going to end up on the black line right about there as you see straddling the out-of-bounds line. Good feed inside to Sakara. He draws the whistle on Orion Nank. And I believe that will send Sakara to the line. Chance to bump this lead up to 13 if he can convert on both. 3 minutes and 8 seconds left. Coach Moraes sure to be happy about his team's performance up to this point. Again, working with a lot of young players this season, there's certainly going to be some ups and downs for this team. We've seen it in this game as well. Some great plays on one end and then some not so great plays on the other. As that hit every piece of the iron and somehow stayed out.
Yeah. Little twist of the wrist.
Holden and the Cougars in a long drought on this end of the floor. Nank loses his feet and is called for the travel there as he went down to a knee. He turns it over there and we'll head to the bench, bringing back on Colby Blakely. Quarter court press from Tri-County, broken by Bethany Christian, and converting underneath for his 17th point of the game is Aiden Bradley Main. Now the leading scorer for the Eagles.
That's what happens in the zone press. You want to go slow at the front of it to break it and then fast at the end. Usually there's going to be someone standing alone.
How about the athleticism on the finish there from Bradley Main? A pretty good shooter as well. He's knocked down a handful of threes for Bethany Christian. 2:25 left in the fourth quarter. 14-point lead for the traveling Eagles. Stepping out from range is Nova, in and out, and the rebound grabbed by Maynard. Now all the Eagles really feeling it with their 14-point lead. Now everyone wants to get into the act from beyond the arc, and that's going to be a whistle as Quinn got into the painted area. I believe that's a whistle on Nova. Yep, reached in there, swiped with the left arm.
In the bonus, he'll be shooting.
Yep. Got to make them. Clock stop, and you get to add points. Got to make them.
Coach Moraes is probably saying, "Why are you fouling? Do not foul."
Quinn no good on the front end, and Tri-County has really struggled in these one-and-one situations so far. And if they're going to find a way back over the next 2 minutes, the free throw line is going to be a key component of that. Right now, they're not taking advantage of the opportunities they're given.
Just keep playing catch.
This is a good possession for Bethany Christian. Shot clock down to 9. They're going to use as many seconds as they can. Ortega's 3 and an offensive board will give them a fresh clock. Bradley Main, another 3, no good, and that's going to be a whistle there on
call.
Faria. Push from behind.
Excellent call. That shows that the official there is not watching the ball. He's watching the players.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking to myself. He's staying on the play in his area.
It's a hard thing not to watch the ball, you know.
I'll say.
Another chance for Quinn at the free throw line, and for Tri-County, you get to go to the other end of the floor, chance to pick up 2 points, and doesn't use any clock. Front end, no good, and Nova grabs the rebound. And that's a clear area that I'm sure the Cougars will be working on in the next practice. They'll be at the free throw line for an extended period of time, either before or after practice. There's a walk on the near side there by Faria.
Some sloppiness here towards the end.
Yeah. You have to learn how to play with a lead.
Yeah, it certainly takes time to learn how to win games. It's an acquired skill. Holden, the Cougars, I'm not sure if they've scored more than 1 field goal in this fourth quarter. Blakely, that looks like it's going to be offensive, and it is, as he lowered his shoulder into Bradley Main.
Be interesting. Did he call for 2 offensives? He got both players. I've never seen that call, but
no.
You know, Del, you've talked about it. It's all one-on-one here for Tri-County this entire quarter. A lot of these guards just trying to go off the bounce, and it's been good help defense for Bethany Christian.
But what's it saying? I haven't got faith in you. I have more faith in me than you. And you got to work on that.
Holden nearly had the steal and run-out layup. 3 in the corner, 2 strong there, taken by Josh Delaney, getting his first minutes of the game.
Yep.
Couple bench players in, and Delaney was able to get that off to Sakara before he walked. And Nova, 18 points now for him. He's now the leading scorer. It's been juggling back and forth between him and Aiden Bradley Main.
Did you see who gave him that pass, Jared? Number 15, who just got in the game as well.
Yeah, that's Riley Longeracre.
Yeah, he's been in there 30 seconds. He's got an assist and a rebound. Not bad.
Holden gets the layup there. Unselfish from Maynard, who certainly could have taken that to the hole himself. Yep. And with 10 seconds left, the shot goes up, and it's a wild effort there from Longacre.
Yeah, I think it got blocked.
I think earlier in the game, that's a foul.
Yeah. So 5 seconds for Tri-County. Might be able to get one more shot away. And actually, no, they're going to say it's possession for Bethany Christian.
Yeah.
They inbound it to Longacre, and they will use up the final 5 seconds. It was close through the first 3 quarters, and Bethany Christian pulled away in the final 8 minutes to take a 56-42 win. So our first winter sports game of the season under wraps. Bethany Christian, the victors, 56-42 over Tri-County. For our entire crew, for Del Malloy and Mike Kirby, I'm Jared Ware. Have a nice night, everyone, and thank you for tuning in.